will say the main thing, as you know, in denim, you finish the product when the product is already stitched. Okay, it's the famous stone wash. Till now, this was done mainly in water washing machines, and the water washing machines contain water and contain chemicals and contains stones, and this is what we call the water era. So our efforts, the efforts of Jeanologia till now, was to reduce the amount of water, and we really reduced the amount of water through the minimum. But now we think, why not to completely eliminate? And we create the first air washing machine that can produce a stone wash look into denim. And this is this machine you have over here, that we call it G2 Super. G2 Super was already existing, but thanks to a new technology that we can see here called Indra, you see the Indra is attached to an existing ozone machine, and it transforms an ozone machine in a air washing machine. So today we can introduce here inside 100 kgs of jeans, that means 150 jeans, and in 30 minutes only with air, controlling the humidity of the air and the level of oxygen and ozone in the air, we produce a stone wash look. I will show you one garment before and after. So it is a revolution, because, you know, we really enter in what we thought that we are calling the era of air, using the air to transport chemistry and using the air to react. And in the air we have humidity. You see, in the air we have humidity. Probably today is 30% humidity in the air. So you see, from here to here, I mean, this type of finishes from a raw denim. ¿Tenemos uno raw? No hay un smart set. Okay, no pasa nada. From here to here, you know, we are creative. So just to explain, as you are a technical textile, to explain a little bit technically, in the air we have humidity. Humidity is water, but we cannot touch with water. So this Indra is controlling and is increasing to the maximum the level of humidity with the air, in the air, without having drops, without having the rain, and mixing this with ozone, that is an oxidizing gas, and this combination can create the stone wash look. So we are using the water inside the atmosphere. In the Indian culture, Indra is la diosa, god, feminine god, I don't know how to the god of the goddess of the atmosphere. So that's why the name Indra. And so it's just, let's use the atmosphere to save the planet and to produce text. So we are so happy because for the first time we have really aligned sustainability and efficiency. That means we can produce sustainable garments at a neutral cost without increasing the cost. That's the concept. So I would say that's the first thing. The second thing, before going to the Hartman, I want to go to there. I want to explain the project that we have done together with Inditex, which is the #1 retailer in the world, and then we go to the automation. Then we will go to automation because Hartman is a machine where is a human collaborating with a robot and collaborating with laser is producing. But let's go to the this thing. Okay, so this is a project between Inditex and Jeanologia together. As you know, Inditex, for me, for everybody, is the #1 retailer in the world. And Jeanologia, I don't know if we are the #1, but we are a leader in eco technologies, two Spanish companies together. One of the main challenges that we have in textile industry is that every textile have a tendency to fragmentation when you wash at home during the product life cycle. It could be synthetic, it could be cotton, it could be denim, it could be knit. The tendency when you wash at home is that the textile fragmented into small fibers that are called microfibers. These microfibers go to the, after washing, to the drain, and sometimes are not captured by the water treatment plants of the cities and end in our seas and in our oceans. If you are domestic washing natural fibers like cotton, etc., then it's biodegradable, but this cotton contains chemicals. But when we are talking about polyester and nylon, this is microplastics that end in no. The big challenge is how we can avoid this. And all the scientific and research institutes of the world have agreed that most of these microfibers happen during the first 2-3 domestic washing. So in the first domestic washing, more microfibers are happening, and in the domestic washing 10, less. So it is. So what we have created together with Inditex is this machine that we call air fiber wash. So air fiber wash, if you see, we have a polyhedric drum, and this is like a tennis racket, okay? This is the small version. The big version will introduce more than 100 kilograms of garments here. This will be situated in the stitching area, the 100 kilos, and a flow of air go through the system. Airflow, and this airflow have an electrical charge to avoid any. You can see, yes, in the video. Sorry. The airflow is taking the microfibers out and is moving the microfibers into a vacuum filtration system. Okay? So there is a vacuum filtration system of 3 micras that collect all the microfibers. Each of these machines will collect 325 kilograms of microfibers per year. And each one of these will be in any stitching line. So all these microfibers that are collect microplastics don't go to the ocean. So we are following a strategy to this problem that we call mitigation start today strategy. So now within Inditex, the idea is that step by step this will be placed in their production, but we decide and they decide to open this for every brand. So we already are, having meetings with other brands of the leaders in the world, and today American Eagle is coming here, H&M has been here, Nike has been here, etc. So the idea is to share this with all the brands in the industry and to try really to challenge one of the main problems of the textile industry. So this is something that our commitment is to try to promote and to give this to the market without any limitations. And at the moment, people is trying to collect microfibers from yarn and industrial production, but here we are trying to mitigate what will happen in domestic. So when you wash the garments in your home, these garments are releasing microfibers. What we are doing here is accelerating this fiber release and collecting the fabric. So then when you wash at home, less, 60% less. When you wash at home, you will have 60% less microfiber. It's very important to clarify. This is a step in manufacturing, but this is a step in manufacturing to accelerate what will happen during the product life cycle and to mitigate. Depending on the material, we can mitigate more or less, but we can mitigate up to 60%. So this is not the solution, this is not the total solution, but it's a gigantic step in the solution of the reduction. And it's really, we are very proud to work in this project with a company like Inditex that is a gigant, and to see how a gigant like that, they are worried about what is happening in the product life cycle. But we see the same reaction from all the big retailers. It's very important. Well, the way I see in the next years the textile industry is that every area will manufacture for the consumers inside this area. And this is something that, that has been stopped a little bit during the COVID period, and now with, on the inflation and energy crisis. But for sure, we are going to see in the next 5 years that, Turkey, Egypt, North Africa, working for Europe. We are going to see, all the big potential of India in Central Asia for the Indian consumers, and we are going to see like the different production areas will serve the consumers near this area, and it will be in places that you can deliver from the factory to the consumer in 10 days, no more than 10 days. So that's why I strongly believe that countries like Turkey and Egypt will be winners. I strongly believe that also Tunisia will grow. Obviously, you were telling me about Uzbekistan, but Uzbekistan is more raw material, so it's a country that still needs to change from cotton growing to a final product, so there is still a long way for Uzbekistan. But I'm very positive, not only about this area, I'm very positive about the world, because I think that the big revolution in manufacturing is that manufacturing is going to be maximum 10 days from their consumers.